today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. And the Baltimore Ravens taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
Well, from a city that normally gets only about 20 inches of snow a year, they're getting a pretty good wallop right now as we're at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Returning it, Justice Hill. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Allow me a second here to gush, because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And we're going to have a break in the action. As you can see, Mark Andrews is yet to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the number 1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them in practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. That one good for 14 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Murray now on 1st down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Murray a give. This is Drake. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost won it.
The Ravens take
over here for their second possession of the game. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect your offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
running down. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports. From just shy of midfield, Jackson steps away. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson looking for the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first and 3's in.
Ravens 3, Cardinals nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Justin
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing again, Murray. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
And Murray throwing complete here to Drake.
Not much there, only a yard.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Murray, rolling to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Murray now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, Murray. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Kyler Murray with a touchdown throw to DeAndre Hopkins.
And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Calum, shut the frick up.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Deep for the Cardinals, Christian Kirk. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Shotgun now from Murray. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a terrific first half from the former #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray. His guys have the lead as the white stuff continues to fall. And for the call of the second half, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
Imagine being cringe.
All right,
loser.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Since we left you at halftime, the snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. On the return, here's Edmonds. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. He's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense. But a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
They run the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down. It's Drake, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
But we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Murray. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
as he'll punt it away for the second time. They'll look to set up his blockers. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson from the shotgun. He uncorks it for Snead. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner didn't get fooled by anything in front of him. Kept his coverage all the way down the sideline in the deep third position and makes the interception.
The football going back over to Arizona now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Complete to Christian Kirk. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Drake. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Murray over the middle, and it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On 4th down, here's Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinal field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right down the middle. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Ravens 3.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Gonzalez to kick it off.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him. He's got daylight. 30, 10, and that's a touchdown. But hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. 5-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Jackson going to run.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 12 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's got Snead. Yeah, they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On first down, Drake. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You taking charge.
He'll buy some time right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Murray. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, it has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right. It hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Judon able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Murray. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
Murray's pass.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. Jackson 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
On 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
4th down, here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rolling to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson. And CD, that one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running backs? That when a quarterback did it was a surprise. With Lamar Jackson, that's part of the package as well. He'll have as many 100-yard games in the season as the top running backs in the league.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
The 35-yard line.
Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Jackson to throw. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 22-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Working with a 2nd and 4. The play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
And now he'll tuck it and run. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A run there on 1st down gets him a yard to the 26.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. On the return, Isabella. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
First throw of overtime for Murray.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. Drake, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray on the slant, complete to Hopkins.
Complete to DeAndre Hopkins. A gain of 9 brings up third down.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that will be incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance. You got to punt it, right?
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it out to the 25. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Jackson's going to look to run it. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.